Hey, today's December 22nd, 2016. I haven't done a video in a little bit because I think I've been pretty busy with the holidays and with work. But I wanted to do try to stay a little bit more consistent with my cello practice. I know I've been a little bit lazy after Thanksgiving or so, only doing one video. But a little bit update, I have purchased a new bow. So the other bows that I've been trying in the past were different bows, and I've been sort of testing them out for a few weeks at a time or a week at a time. And one thing I noticed, or perhaps didn't notice, was too much of a difference when playing with a more expensive bow versus a lower cost bow like this one actually. And perhaps it's my playing ability is not there to be able to discern some of the finer nuances of bows. But without further ado, I tried some bows that are like $1,000, such as the one that I've was using when I was trying out my cello. That was about $1,000 or so. And then this one here is around a $400, a bit more than $400 range. So this is actually probably a little bit higher than the lowest range, but it's still a good chunk of money for a bow. Some people even go with some sort of older, or maybe some a little bit more archaic rule of thumb in terms of price proportion between the cello and the bow. Saying that it should be like a third of the cost of your cello, or maybe even a quarter of the cost of the cello. And I'm like thinking, that's a very strange way to go about it. But maybe there is some sort of correlation in terms of, if you're going to go with a more expensive instrument, then to get the full sound out of it and to really play it to its quality, you also need a quality bow in proportion, price-wise. To me as a beginner cellist, just learning to play the cello, there's very little, there's not a lot that I can really make difference between a higher quality bow and a lower quality bow. I mean, not quality, higher price bow versus a lower price bow. So I mean, quality is a separate thing. So obviously you look at the cello. What are some of the things that I looked at? Well, I do want to note that I tried both the wood bows as well as carbon fiber bows, and I didn't notice too much difference there. The carbon fiber ones are the ones that people say are a little bit more sturdy because they're made of carbon fiber, so you could sort of whack at them or whatever, and they sort of hold up a little bit better. Versus the wood bows, you do want to be a little bit more delicate with these because they're made out of wood, same as your cello. You do want to be delicate with it. So this one here does not have any stampings of a particular designer or a bow maker of sorts. It is made of a wood called pernambuco wood, which I believe is pretty common for bows. I think two of the common woods for bows are the pernambuco and Brazil wood. So I don't know what the major difference is. I haven't done too much research into that. But this one here is made with pernambuco, according to the shopkeeper. It has the padding here is looks okay. I mean, it's not like anything fancy. It does have this sort of, it's known as has a nickel mount here. Also, one thing that I learned is that if you look at your frog, and if it sort of, this is sort of more for aesthetics, I would guess, or perhaps it's for sturdiness. I'm not too sure. But if you look at the bottom of your frog here, you'll see like a little bit of like sort of the pearl inglaze into it. You know, it looks pretty nice, but you know, who's looking at the bottom of a frog when you're playing the cello, right? But if you look at this sort of stainless steel piece, if the frogs that have that stainless steel sort of plate in go around the corner of the frog and along the side, you know, I think those are a little bit, you know, considered a little bit more higher quality. You know, just because it goes around, you'll see some frogs that don't have this sort of plating around the corner and down to the bottom here. So that's something that the shopkeeper was just telling me, like, you know, here's why this one's maybe like $50 to $100 more than this one. So that's one thing to look at. This little sort of design here on the side of the frog, again, mostly for aesthetics. You know, does it look nice in this little circle here on both sides? And then on this little, I forgot what this is called, like a little tail piece, the turning piece of the bow. Also, the very bottom edge, you know, also has that same type of pearl-looking, you know, substance here as well. And I'll go ahead and post a gallery of this, of some closer pictures, so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. But I know also for aesthetics, it might look nice there. This, again, I forgot what this turning piece is here, but this is here is looks like some sort of nickel metal or something like that. So again, it looks like a decent bow to me. Aesthetics wise, it doesn't make me feel like, oh, this looks bad or anything. So it looks like a good looking bow. I tried this one for, you know, a little bit over a week, and again, I tried ones that are double this price, and then even almost to the higher range, like over $1,000. And I wasn't able to tell too much difference between them, so I figure I already spent quite a chunk of money on the cello. As for the bow, I don't feel like I needed to spend too much, therefore I feel like this one here would work pretty well for me. And you know, if I continue to progress and increase in my skill, in my practice, then maybe in several years I can maybe upgrade this bow as something to look forward to. So I guess I don't know too much else about the bow besides that. If I look at it here, it's pretty straight, which is a good thing to look for. And the hair on it, I look at, is the density of the hair look, proportional to what I've seen in some of the other bows that I've tried. And it looks alright to me. But that's always something that can be redone as well. Even if your hair seems a little bit thin, or maybe even a little bit discolored, you can always change out the hair on the bow, much like a tennis racket. You can change out the strings on. Yeah, so I guess that's all I really have to say about this bow, and I've been playing it for a couple weeks now, and it's been working out pretty well for me. So I guess, yeah, I have my outfit complete now. I have my cello, of course, the new Kalin Wurzer Montagnana, which I've been pretty pleased with. I've had it for about a month, or over a month now. I have the case, of course, which I keep the cello in, and it's been giving me assurances, at least, of a little bit more protection than the rental case, the fabric one that I've been using, the soft one. So when I transport my cello, I can feel, it's in a sturdy enough case that I don't accidentally ding it. And now I have the bow, so I guess my outfit is complete. Yay!